So accomplishments over the past year. On the board of directors level, I mean, first and foremost, right, the association goes on. The associate boards, the committees, the tech groups, they keep going, right? All of the membership keeps the thing going. But at the board of directors level, we did a number of things. We implemented a strategic planning process that we hope to really become part of the fabric of the board going forward. And you'll notice I say process, right? We didn't sit down one day and create a plan, right? The folks that we had facilitating described it as a GPS, right? We didn't put down a roadmap that's static. It's a GPS system, more modern. We can change and evolve. You know, you get a roadblock up ahead, you can change the plan of the association. So I think we really have a dynamic tool in place going forward. And with that, we really sort of captured, and you know, you start with the core values. We captured the core values of, you know, quality, integrity, trustworthiness, professionalism. You know, I don't know that we've had those written down before. Someone mentioned them as the new values, and I think not. I think those have always been our values. But to put them front and forward, you know, to guide as our guiding star is something that's been amazing. And then we established 3 key goals for the association: that AACE will be recognized as the premier source of cost engineering practices globally, that industry will recognize AACE, and that higher education institutes will deploy curriculum better using AACE IP to help serve the industry, right? Tomorrow you'll hear a little bit more about the tactical level from Shoshana, but one of the key strategies and tactics that we started was to look at how we organize. How do we engage members at that local level? So we started a comprehensive initiative around sections. So, you know, a lot of data was gathered, and we found out that sections in the traditional model, the one I grew up in the association with, if you will, works well for a population of our membership, but it really doesn't serve another segment of our membership. So we're not looking at getting rid of the old, but we're looking for ways to expand and utilize new technologies and new ideas to more engage all of our members around the world by more creative ways to gather in small groups. We've got a ways to go, but I think in our board meeting just yesterday, I guess, we really saw some great progress from some of the committees, so I'm really excited about where that's headed. The other major accomplishment I'd like to talk about, and again, you'll hear more, but was the establishment of the Certification Institute, the AACE International Certification Institute. The driver of that was really to align with key industry practices and some of the modern standards of associations. And it created a platform for us to expand and promote and be a little more assertive in getting our certification program out there. It also creates a separation between the technical and educational arms of the association and the certification arm of the association, which again is industry practice and in compliance with the accreditation of all of our certifications. So I've mentioned this a couple of times publicly in the last year, and I left a misconception, and I know you'll hear more tomorrow, but I really want to dispel that. The certification program as it exists, the establishment of the certifications, the administration of the tests, the vetting of the candidates, all of that remains in the certification board as it has since the certification board was established. So this is simply an organizational move to position the board in a proper position, but it does not change the certification process. So, and then finally, in my closing remarks, you know, it has been, as I mentioned to start, it's been 2 years since we got together. And I know I talked about the last year, but just a little bit more than 2 years ago, right, we had to replace our executive director CEO. Right? And a little more than 2 years ago, we went through the process of looking and vetting a whole number of candidates and looking for a candidate. And just about exactly 2 years ago, we welcomed Deb Lally to the association. I've been privileged to work with Deb since the very first interview and really continually for the last 2 years. And Deb has continued to prove that she is a dynamic professional, a creative thinker, a caring and compassionate leader. And really, of all the things we've got going, the Certification Institute and other things, the thing I am most excited about going forward at AACE is to see how this association can thrive under Deb's leadership. So with that, please help me welcome to the stage Deb Lally, Executive Director, CEO.
I didn't bring tissues with me this morning, but thank you. Good morning. AACE empowers its members to perform with confidence. Together, we make an impact and influence outcomes. That is why we exist. When I started here 2 years ago, the board was very clear with me that their priority was growth. It was one of the very first conversations I had with the search committee, and they asked me how I was going to help contribute to that growth. And my response to them was, why? Why do you want to grow? Because until you can answer why, you can't really have an effective what and how you're going to get there. It won't be meaningful. It won't be lasting and sustainable. So we've been having a lot of why conversations over the past couple of years with the board of directors, with volunteer leaders, with the staff. Why has become my favorite question, like a toddler. I just want to know why. I'm curious. How can we do better? How can we be better? Because the answer to that question, why, from the board of directors, from the staff, and from myself, is that it's the people. And when we take care of our people, that's how we do better, because it's all about our members. Associations are unique. Our members are the customers, the owners, and the workforce. So when we generate revenue, when we grow, and yes, a not-for-profit organization is allowed to make money. Not-for-profit is a tax status, it's not a mission statement. So when we generate revenue, all of that profit goes right back into the association. It goes right back into investing in our programs, products, and services to help you all do better and be better, which is just the really cool part about working in association management. So let's talk about how we're performing in the state of the association. And I need to bring my paper here so I could remember all these numbers, because these numbers are impressive. In all areas of our business, we're growing, despite the massive disruptions caused by COVID-19 over the past 2 years, which is phenomenal. Related to our financial position, the board approved a balanced budget for 2022, and I'm delighted to report that year-to-date actual numbers are showing a positive variance against budget. The end-of-year forecast is also showing a positive variance. Membership, compared to the same time last year, is up 6%, and membership outside of North America is actually up 12%. The number of organizational members, our corporate members, is at an all-time high. We have a renewal rate, a retention rate, that's up 3% from the same time last year. And we're learning a lot more about our new members as well. A lot of the work we've been doing has been learning more about what they need, what they want, and engaging them so that we can make them see and help them see the value of the association that goes beyond the technical content and about engaging and belonging to this association with the other people that do what they do for a living. Our certification program, the total number of certification holders is at an all-time high, with an average growth rate of 10% every year. New certificants this year, 47% of them are outside of North America. And we have slightly more than half of our CCP holders who are outside of North America. Are you sensing a theme here where growth is? And I would also like to take a few minutes to talk about our volunteers, the workforce. As well as the paid staff that we have as headquarters that I have the privilege of leading, we would be nothing without our volunteer workforce. We have over 400 section leaders worldwide who volunteer their time at the local level. Graders for the certification program is over 200 individuals. For our RPs, we've had nearly 500 volunteer contributors to our body of knowledge in our RPs since inception. Our brand new CCP review course, it's a very dynamic, cool online course we've been developing for over a year, which the Ed Board and 15 dedicated volunteers have spent countless hours with Terry Jefferson on staff making that come to fruition, which we just launched last month. Webinars, which has become a very new area of our business in the past 2 years. Since February 2021, we've had over 55 presenters and hosts volunteer their time to continuing your education. For the Conference and Expo, this year, we've had 35 volunteers review over 4,000 pages of content to vet it and make sure it is of the highest quality for you all to take advantage of at this meeting and beyond. We have 132 authors and presenters at this meeting, and who have the recorded presentations online for you afterwards. And just a plug for 2023, the call for presentations is now open. Refer to our website for more information. And in the past 10 years, we've had over 700 volunteers writing papers and presenting for our conferences. It's just astounding to me that you all dedicate your time and your expertise to doing something in your personal time. So as Jim mentioned, our strategic plan, we are focused in 3 core areas related to growth in the next year and beyond that Shoshana will speak a little bit more about tomorrow. But as far as I'm concerned, and at the headquarters level, those 3 areas where we're investing our resources for long-term growth are first of all related to member engagement, brand awareness for recruitment of new members and knowledge of our technical product out in the industry, and data management for smarter, more efficient processes related to both. So why do we do what we do? To help our people do better and be better. Because clearly, when you put the people first, the results will follow, which we have done.